So today I'm going to show you how to make a industrial rustic style European mount for your skulls. I've had a lot of people ask me about this one that I made for my archery buck this year. So I'm going to show you guys how I made it. What I'm going to do is swap out my plaque that I made for the first deer I ever shot 2 years ago. We're going to swap that out, and I'm going to show you how to make an industrial style one. So stay tuned, and here we go. All right, here we are at the hardware store. So I just go to the Ace. I go to Ace because it's close to me, but you could technically go to Home Depot or whatever, or Lowe's or whatever hardware store carries this kind of supplies. So we'll come in here. And since I've been here before, I already know where everything's at. It's just down one of these halls right over here. So you're gonna, so you just want to come down to the plumbing section and they should have these black, or you can choose like a galvanized finish on these fixtures. But I like to go with the black personally. So what I choose is I usually get the 1 inch or 3/4 inch ones. These are like $6 for those, but this is called a floor flange. See if you can see on the label, but so floor flange, it's like that right there. So I got a floor flange, and then you are gonna also need an extension pipe. So here's those, and this, you can get them in all different lengths, but I usually just go with like, you can go with like this I think is a 3.5 inch right here. So you can go with a 3.5 inch, or for this one, let's just do a solid 3 inch. So we'll get that. Then we need an elbow, and on these elbows they have ones that are 45 degree. So that's the one we want right there. It's the 45 degree one. And then we're also going to need a 1/2 inch. You can do a 3.5, or you can do like a 2.5. But I do 3.5 inch by 1/2 inch diameter threaded piping. So that's the piece that's going to go in the skull. All right, so for wood, we just showed up at my in-laws house, and we're gonna go grab some wood from the wood pile. I have a bunch of rustic wood and stuff stashed here that I use for my projects. So I'm just gonna look through here and see if we have a short piece that we can use for the back, for the plaque part of it. So see what we got. We might end up using just one of these pieces like this. It's hard to tell if the colors are going to be good or not because they're so wet. Anyway, I kind of like this piece, mainly because I like it when the ends are kind of busted like that. It has more natural russet color. So, and look, so grab those two pieces. See, maybe this piece. We'll see what we can come up with. But other than that, I think everything else is maybe a little bit too big for what I'm trying to do. But all right, looks like these are the pieces we're gonna use. All right, so out of the 3 pieces of wood that we got out of the wood pile, I think I'm going to go with the middle one right here. Mainly just because it has a lot of character to it, and that's what I'm looking for. So we're gonna go with this one. All right, so here's all the supplies that you're gonna need for the project. This stuff that we got from Ace, the total came out to be $15 for these right here. So it's pretty cheap. The wood, obviously, I got for free because I already had some. These drywall screws, they're super cheap. They're like $2 for a box of like 200. And then this is just a drywall anchor if you can't find the stud in the wall. If you need help finding a stud, check out my other video, the easiest way to find a stud without a stud finder. So check that out. And then you're just gonna need a drill bit and a drill, or you can use a screwdriver as well to do this. So it's pretty easy. So first thing we're gonna do is just unpackage all this from the store. And then on our floor flange, just gonna wanna find the widest place on this board. It's gonna be right in there, so that's where it's gonna sit. I'm kind of OCD, so I like to have the screws all facing the same way. You could do it that way or this way, whichever one you choose. So I'm gonna have them like this, probably in a diamond shape. And then it's pretty simple, just screw them all in. Now when you get these screws, you're gonna wanna choose some screws that aren't gonna go all the way through the wood. This wood is pretty thick, this barn wood, and so I don't have to worry so much about the screws going all the way through. But yeah, so you're just gonna do that. Then you're gonna thread in our 1-inch piece into the floor flange. Super easy. So we're just gonna thread that, thread this. Pretty much if you can screw in the light bulb, you can make this. So we're gonna thread that so it's parallel, because that's gonna be sitting like that on the wall. All right, to drill the hole in the back of this wood right here to hang on the wall, it's gonna be held up by a screw. So what we need to do is drill with this into the back. This, I just use like an 11/32 drill bit because it's the same diameter as a screw head, and the screw is what it's gonna be in the wall anyways, in the stud or in the wall anchor. So what we're gonna do is just drill that in, basically find a point above the mount, and we're just drill that in on an angle just ever so slightly up. You want to make sure you get this centered, and you're just barely going to drill it out. Make sure you don't punch all the way through the other side. So basically we're going to have that, and the screw is going to fit right up in there. And as you can see, we didn't punch through, so we're good. So now I'll show you how to thread this into the skull. All right, so to put in the insert, what we're gonna do is take the skull off and basically take the 1/2 inch by 3 inch insert, and it'll line up perfectly. And you just kind of thread it in there, and those threads will catch the screw, or the threads will catch the skull and the bone and hold it in place. All right, so we're done with our mount. What we're gonna do now is switch it out for the one on the wall right here. We already have the skull taken off, so all we're gonna do is remove the old plaque, set that aside, and you can see right here, I already have a screw from the other mount, so I'm just gonna set this one up on it, if I can line the hole up. So that's just gonna sit on there like that. So we got the skull, we got the insert, the 1/2-inch pipe insert in place, and we'll just get that put in here. All that's holding this in here is friction basically, but it doesn't take much to hold it up. It's pretty easy. That way you can take your skulls off and show them to people if you want. But yeah, it's super easy mount. Anyways, if you guys like that video, let me know. Give me a like, subscribe to the channel, and I will keep more videos coming of projects that I have. Check out my other videos if you haven't already, and like and subscribe.